For centuries, Native American communities throughout North America carefully developed and refined sophisticated farming methods that effectively sustain their populations while deeply respecting and harmonizing with the land's natural rhythms and resources. These innovative techniques, meticulously passed down through countless generations of oral tradition and hands-on practice, continue to offer profoundly valuable lessons in sustainable agriculture that remain highly relevant even in our modern world today. One of the most iconic and celebrated examples of their ingenuity is the Three Sisters planting method, which represents a brilliant and time-tested form of companion planting designed to optimize growth and resources. In this system, corn, beans, and squash were intentionally grown together side by side, with each plant uniquely supporting and benefiting the others in a perfectly balanced symbiotic relationship that enhanced overall productivity. The tall, sturdy corn stalks served as a natural trellis, allowing the climbing bean vines to ascend effortlessly and thrive, thereby eliminating any need for artificial supports or structures in the field. In return, the beans, being nitrogen-fixing legumes, worked underground to enrich the soil by pulling nitrogen from the air and converting it into essential nutrients that nourished both the corn and the squash plants effectively. Meanwhile, the broad, expansive leaves of the squash plants spread out across the ground like a protective blanket, functioning as a living mulch layer right there in the garden. This natural ground cover was incredibly effective at retaining precious soil moisture, suppressing the growth of competing weeds, and even deterring various pests, thereby fostering a much healthier and more resilient growing environment for all the crops. Overall, this highly integrated Three Sisters system allowed farmers to maximize crop yields from a relatively small area of land while naturally maintaining long-term soil fertility, all without relying on any modern chemical fertilizers or synthetic inputs. Beyond the renowned Three Sisters method, Native American farmers across diverse regions practiced a wide array of other innovative methods, each carefully tailored to suit their specific local environments and climates. In particularly arid and dry regions of the Southwest, for example, tribes developed remarkably sophisticated irrigation systems that ingeniously diverted precious water from nearby rivers, streams, and springs to consistently nourish their vital crops. The resourceful Hohokam people of what is now present-day Arizona, for instance, engineered and constructed hundreds of miles of intricate canals that spanned their territory. Thanks to these extensive canal networks, the Hohokam were able to successfully cultivate essential crops like corn, beans, squash, and even cotton right in the harsh desert environment, sustaining their civilization for over 1,000 years. In contrast, other tribes in wetland areas or regions prone to seasonal flooding utilized practical raised bed farming techniques, often creating elevated planting mounds or chinampas-like structures. This elevated approach significantly improved drainage during heavy rains, effectively prevented destructive soil erosion, and even extended the overall growing season by warming the soil earlier in spring. Additionally, many Native American communities wisely practiced shifting cultivation, strategically rotating fields, and allowing used land to lie fallow for periods so it could naturally regenerate its vital nutrients through plant cover and ecological processes. By implementing this restorative practice, they successfully prevented long-term soil depletion and ensured sustained high productivity, forming a true cornerstone of their sustainable agriculture philosophy. Another essential practice was meticulous seed saving, which preserved genetic diversity within crops and allowed for ongoing adaptation to unique local conditions like soil types, weather patterns, and pests. Season after season, farmers would carefully select and save the best seeds only from the strongest, most resilient, and highest-yielding plants, gradually improving the overall resilience and performance of their crops over many generations. At the heart of Native American farming was a profound spiritual connection to the land, viewing the earth not just as a resource, but as a living entity deserving of reverence and care. To honor this bond, communities held meaningful ceremonies and rituals timed with key events like planting seeds in spring or harvesting mature crops in fall, giving thanks to the earth for its generous bounty. This deeply holistic approach cultivated an enduring respect for natural cycles, seasonal changes, and the delicate ecological balance that sustains all life in the agricultural landscape. Today, the vast knowledge embedded within these traditional Native American farming methods holds incredible relevance as we confront pressing modern challenges in global agriculture. With escalating climate change impacts and growing concerns over global food security, these time-honored ancient practices are resurfacing as proven, sustainable solutions that we can adapt and implement effectively. Techniques such as companion planting like the Three Sisters, thoughtful crop rotation, and efficient water conservation methods from these traditions are now being eagerly re-examined, tested, and widely adopted by contemporary farmers worldwide. Ultimately, the timeless wisdom of Native American agriculture powerfully reminds us that partnering harmoniously with nature, rather than battling against it, consistently produces the most enduring, bountiful, and regenerative results for future generations. By taking the time to truly understand, appreciate, and learn from these remarkable historical methods, we empower ourselves to cultivate a far more sustainable, resilient, and thriving future for agriculture not just here, but worldwide.